Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old, mother of Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, vanished from her home in the Catalina foothills of Tucson, Arizona in the early hours of February 1st. Her medication is still on the counter. Her car is still in the garage, and as of today, February 22nd, she has not been found. But here's what's changed. Investigators are now closer than they have ever been, and the details coming up may genuinely shock you. Stay with me. When the FBI released doorbell camera footage on February 10th, everyone focused on the obvious. The ski mask, the backpack, the holstered gun. But forensic analysts caught something hidden beneath the suspect's black glove. On his right hand, his pinky finger, a ring. Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos confirmed this directly to NBC News. Think about what that means. This suspect covered his face completely. He wore gloves. He blocked the camera with a plant. He tore the doorbell from the wall. He planned everything, except one small detail that may now bring him down. Investigators are cross-referencing that ring with local jewelry sales records right now. In a case with almost zero identifying features, a distinctive piece of jewelry on a specific finger is a rare and powerful lead. One detail, that's all it takes. But there's more. A black glove was recovered approximately 2 miles from Nancy's home. It visually matched the gloves worn by the suspect in the footage. The DNA inside was extracted and submitted to CODIS, the FBI's national criminal database containing profiles of over 19 million offenders. No match. Now here is where it gets serious, because this is not a dead end. This is where the real science begins. Investigators have now turned to IGG, Investigative Genetic Genealogy. This is the exact same technology that caught the Golden State Killer, a serial murderer who evaded law enforcement for over 40 years. The same method that identified Brian Kohberger, convicted for the murders of 4 University of Idaho students. Here is how it works. Even if the suspect has never submitted his DNA to a consumer service, a cousin might have, a sibling, an aunt, IGG builds a family tree from partial DNA matches and works backwards until investigators land on a name. C.C. Moore, chief genetic genealogist at Parabon Labs, told NBC News directly, "It is only a matter of time before this DNA leads to a specific individual." And if the suspect has a relative who casually submitted a kit to Ancestry or 23andMe, that relative just unknowingly became the key to this entire case. The family tree is being built right now. Now let's talk about who this person is, because the evidence tells a very deliberate story. This was not random. Every single item found at the scene points to weeks of careful planning. The backpack, a 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker pack, sold exclusively at Walmart. The FBI is working directly with Walmart management to trace the purchase. His ski mask and clothing were likely bought there too. Generic, untraceable, chosen on purpose. The holster, unusual design, unusual position. FBI agents have been visiting gun shops across Arizona, showing photographs, asking if anyone recognizes it. Physical description, an approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall, medium build, black mustache visible through the mask. And then there is a psychological angle that keeps coming back. Former FBI profiler Jim Fitzgerald, the man who helped identify the Unabomber, raised a theory grounded in behavioral science. What if Nancy Guthrie was not the intended target at all? What if she was taken specifically because of who her daughter is? Savannah Guthrie appears on national television every single morning. She looks directly into the camera. For someone suffering from erotomania, a recognized psychological condition involving delusional fixation on a public figure, that connection feels completely real. If Savannah was too protected to reach, her 84-year-old mother, living alone in the same desert home for over 50 years, may have been the next option. A proxy, taken to get closer to Savannah. This is not confirmed, but it is being actively investigated. Now, here is what we know for certain as of today. The Guthrie family is fully cleared. Savannah, her brother Cameron, her sister Annie, and their spouses, phones, computers, and vehicles all processed. Sheriff Nanos has stated this publicly and firmly. Anyone online still pointing fingers at this family needs to stop. Investigators are also not ruling out the possibility that more than one person was involved in this abduction. That development came directly from the Pima County Sheriff's Department on February 20th. And it changes the scope of this investigation significantly. Over 55,000 calls have flooded the tip line since February 1st, nearly 25,000 more than the same period last year. But the majority are theories and opinions, not leads. Dispatch manager Cecilia Ochoa made a direct public plea. If your information isn't specific and credible, don't call. Real leads are being buried under noise. The FBI has also been in contact with Mexican authorities. No confirmed evidence Nancy was taken across the border, but it has not been ruled out. And there was one more development this week that almost no one is talking about. President Donald Trump weighed in on this case aboard Air Force One, calling the situation, in his words, so crazy, so bad. He also criticized investigators publicly for disclosing the pacemaker tracking technology before deploying it, raising a legitimate concern that the suspect may have used that information to take precautions. Here is what you can do right now. The total reward in this case has now reached $202,500, $100,000 from the FBI plus an anonymous donation of $102,500 through the 88 Crime Program. Investigators have specifically asked anyone near the Catalina foothills between January 11th and February 1st to come forward. Those dates suggest the suspect was surveilling Nancy's home, watching her routine, timing her movements before he made his move. If you know a man, approximately 5 feet 9 inches, medium build, black mustache, who wears a pinky ring on his right hand, who owns a black Walmart Ozark Trail backpack, whose behavior shifted sharply around February 1st, call the FBI 1-800-CALL-FBI. Nancy Guthrie is 84 years old. She relies on daily medication to stay alive. She played cards with her family on the evening of January 31st. Aj was dropped home at 9:48 p.m. and has not been seen since. The DNA is in the lab. The family tree is being built, the pinky ring is being traced, and now, for the first time, investigators believe more than one person may be involved. Science is closing the gap, but time is running out. We will keep you updated the moment anything breaks. Don't go anywhere.